The low entry barrier to trading creates the illusion that trading is simple, and that illusion is dangerous because it hides the complexity, the structure, and the knowledge required to actually survive. Here's the real breakdown. 1. Trading has almost zero friction to start, and that distorts perception. To trade, a person needs a phone, an app, a few dollars, a swipe, and that's it. There's no licensing, no apprenticeship, no mandatory education, no gatekeeper, no certification. Compare that to anything else involving risk, like flying a plane, performing surgery, building a bridge, even flipping a house. All require training, oversight, and barriers. Trading does not. So people assume if it's easy to start, it must be easy to do. This is the first psychological trap. 2. The ease of entry hides the complexity of the craft. Trading looks like clicking buttons, buying dips, selling rips, watching charts. But trading is actually risk engineering, variance harvesting, position sizing, exposure distribution, psychological regulation, probabilistic thinking, capital decay management, volatility mapping, regime identification. The entry barrier hides all of this. People see the surface. They don't see the structure. 3. The low barrier makes people think trading is not sophisticated and is perceived as gambling. Since anyone can do it instantly, people assume this is just like betting. But the truth is, gambling is risk-seeking and trading is risk-distributing. Gambling is generally one big bet in a window of time, while sophisticated trading is many small, structured exposures over a variety of time frames. But because the interface is simple, people assume the activity is simple. 4. Compare trading to flipping houses versus property management. Property management is the investing. Generally require a high barrier to entry, requires capital, requires time, requires paperwork, requires tenants, requires maintenance. People respect it because it's slow and structured. House flipping is the trading. Lower barrier to entry, faster cycles, more visible activity, more moving parts, more variance. People misunderstand it because they see the movement, not the method. Same with trading. They see the trades, they don't see the risk model, they see the activity, they don't see the architecture. 5. The low barrier creates a Dunning-Kruger effect. When something is easy to start, people overestimate their skill. Trading is the perfect storm. Easy to begin, hard to master, impossible to perfect, and brutal to misunderstand. People think, I can do this, before they even know what a regime is, what volatility clustering is, what liquidity pockets are, what position decay is, what exposure distribution means, what geometric scaling does, what risk asymmetry is. The low barrier hides the depth. 6. The core truth. The barrier to entry is low, but the barrier to competence is extremely high. Trading is like walking into a cockpit because the door was unlocked. You can sit in the seat, you can touch the controls, you can even take off, but you cannot fly. The market doesn't stop you from trying. It simply punishes you for not knowing. 7. Why this matters. People misjudge trading's purpose because the barrier is low. People assume trading is fast money, high risk, prediction, gambling, and speculation. But trading is actually structured exposure, controlled risk, engineered entries, engineered exits, volatility harvesting, capital preservation, cash flow management, and psychological discipline. Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a risk distribution framework. Now, the psychological takeaway. The low barrier to entry makes trading look simple, which blinds people to the complexity, structure, and knowledge required to do it correctly. People don't misunderstand trading because they're dumb. They misunderstand it because the interface is simple while the craft is complex. It's the only profession where you can start instantly, without training, without oversight, without understanding, and the market will still let you participate. But it will not let you survive without structure.